Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the wild, unstoppable rise of Taylor Swift, a small-town girl turned global superstar. From her country roots to billion-dollar tours, from heartbreak anthems to headline-making feuds, this is 20 minutes of Taylor's incredible journey. Stick around, hit that like button, and let's get started. Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13th, 1989, in Reading, Pennsylvania. Her mom, Andrea, named her after James Taylor, hoping a gender-neutral name would set her up for success. Taylor grew up on a Christmas tree farm. Yeah, you heard that right. With her parents and younger brother, Austin. By age 10, she was singing at local fairs and karaoke nights, already dreaming big. At 11, she took her first trip to Nashville, handing out demo CDs to anyone who'd listen. Most said no, but Taylor didn't quit. At 14, her family uprooted their lives and moved to Tennessee so she could chase that country music dream. In 2004, Taylor signed a development deal with RCA Records, but she walked away at 15. They wanted her to wait, and she wasn't about that. Then came Scott Borchetta, a music exec starting Big Machine Records. He saw her perform at Nashville's Bluebird Cafe in 2005 and signed her on the spot. Her self-titled debut album dropped in 2006 when she was just 16. Tim McGraw was the lead single, a sweet, nostalgic track that hit the country charts hard. The album went platinum, and Taylor became the youngest artist to write or co-write every song on a debut that big. Critics loved her fresh voice, and fans couldn't get enough. 2 years later, in 2008, Taylor dropped Fearless, and everything changed. Singles like Love Story and You Belong With Me crossed over from country to pop, making her a household name. Fearless sold over 12 million copies worldwide, and won her 4 Grammys in 2010, including Album of the Year. At 20, she was the youngest winner ever. But fame wasn't all roses. That infamous 2009 VMAs moment with Kanye West interrupting her speech, it sparked a feud that'd haunt her for years. Still, Taylor turned pain into gold, and Fearless cemented her as a star who could do no wrong, at least for a while. By 2010, Taylor wanted to prove she was more than a prodigy. She wrote Speak Now entirely solo, every lyric, every note. Hits like Mine and Back to December showed her growing up, and the album went multi-platinum. Then came Red in 2012, a bold pivot. Tracks like I Knew You Were Trouble and We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together leaned into pop, and fans ate it up. Red sold 1.2 million copies in its first week, but it didn't win Album of the Year at the Grammys. Taylor was gutted, and that loss lit a fire. Oh, and that song, All Too Well? It's still a fan favorite, rumored to be about Jake Gyllenhaal, scarf included. In 2014, Taylor said goodbye to country with 1989, a full-on pop masterpiece. She moved to New York, cut her hair, and teamed up with producers like Max Martin. Shake It Off and Blank Space ruled the charts, and the album sold over 10 million copies. She won her second Album of the Year Grammy in 2016, shutting down the haters. But offstage, drama brewed. Her squad, think Selena Gomez, Gigi Hadid, was everywhere, and tabloids obsessed over her dating life. Harry Styles, Calvin Harris, Tom Hiddleston. Taylor was on top, but the spotlight was getting hotter. By 2016, things got messy. That Kanye feud reignited when Kim Kardashian dropped a leaked call suggesting Taylor approved Kanye's famous lyrics. She didn't, and the backlash was brutal. The hashtag Taylor Swift is a snake trended worldwide. Taylor went dark, then roared back with Reputation in 2017. Look What You Made Me Do was a middle finger to her critics, and the album's black and gold vibe screamed defiance. It sold 2 million copies in its first week, and the Reputation Stadium tour, a record-breaking $266 million haul. Taylor wasn't just surviving, she was thriving. In 2019, Taylor softened her edge with Lover, a pastel-colored love letter to life. Me and You Need to Calm Down were bubbly hits, and she came out swinging for LGBTQ+ rights. But behind the scenes, a storm was brewing. Scooter Braun bought Big Machine, owning her first 6 albums masters. Taylor called it her worst nightmare and vowed to fight back. She left Big Machine for Republic Records, securing ownership of her future work. Lover was her first album under the new deal, a fresh start, even amid the chaos. Then came 2020, and Taylor shocked us all. Locked down during the pandemic, she dropped Folklore, an indie folk gem crafted with Aaron Dessner and Bon Iver's Justin Vernon. Cardigan and Exile were raw and introspective, earning her a 3rd Album of the Year Grammy. Months later, Evermore followed, its sister album, with haunting tracks like Willow. Fans dubbed it her cottagecore era, and the world marveled at how she turned quarantine into art. These albums proved Taylor could reinvent herself anytime, anywhere. In 2022, Midnights arrived, a synth-pop dive into sleepless nights. Anti-Hero topped charts, and Taylor made history as the first artist to claim the entire Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 in 1 week. Meanwhile, she started re-recording her old albums as Taylor's versions to reclaim her masters. Fearless, Red Speak Now, and 1989 all got the treatment, with Red, Taylor's version, giving us the 10-minute All Too Well. It hit #1 in 2021, the longest song ever to do it. Taylor wasn't just taking back her past, she was rewriting it. Then came the Eras Tour in 2023, a 3-hour celebration of her career. It smashed records as the highest-grossing tour ever, raking in over $1 billion by 2024. Fans camped out for tickets, cities renamed streets in her honor, and the economy felt the Swift effect, an estimated $5 billion boost. But it wasn't all smooth. She faced backlash over private jet use and ticket prices. Still, Taylor kept going, wrapping the tour in December 2024. At 35, she'd become a cultural juggernaut, 14 Grammys, 40 AMAs, and a net worth topping $1 billion. So what's next for Taylor Swift? She's hinted at new music in 2025, and her fans, the Swifties, are ready. From a Pennsylvania farm to sold-out stadiums, she's turned heartbreak into anthems and scandals into triumphs. Love her or hate her, Taylor's story is one of resilience and reinvention. What's your favorite Taylor era? Drop it in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.